Madison's heart pounded like a war drum as she stood in the dimly lit living room of her family's suburban home in Atlanta, the words spilling out before she could cage them back. "Mom, Dad, I'm gay," she declared, her voice cracking under the weight of years of hidden truths, expecting at least a flicker of understanding from the parents who had always preached unconditional love. Instead, her father's face twisted into a mask of fury, slamming his fist on the coffee table so hard the family photos rattled, while her mother burst into sobs, whispering prayers as if Madison had confessed to murder. The silence that followed was suffocating, broken only by her father's cold command, "Pack your bags. You're leaving tomorrow." Madison's mind reeled. Leaving? Where? She had just graduated college, her life finally aligning with the authenticity she craved after years of pretending. But as she retreated to her room, the reality sank in like quicksand. This wasn't a discussion, it was an eviction. Her thoughts raced in turmoil. How could they do this? I've been their perfect daughter. The straight-A student, the volunteer at church, the one who never rebelled. And now because I love women I'm disposable? The betrayal stung deeper than any physical wound. A knife twisted by the very hands that once cradled her. By morning, the illusion shattered further. Her parents handed her a one-way ticket to New York City, disguised as a study abroad opportunity, but with no return date, no financial support beyond a meager $500 in cash, and a curt note. "Find your own way. We can't have this in our home." Madison's stomach churned as she boarded the plane, her carry-on the sum of her existence. Abandoned. The word echoed in her skull like a curse. What if I fail? What if this is the end of me? She stared out the window at the receding Georgia landscape, tears blurring the view, wondering if her confession had been a liberation or a fatal mistake. Arriving in the chaotic bustle of JFK Airport, Madison felt like a ghost in a city that swallowed souls whole. She had no plan, no contacts, just the vague address of a distant cousin who might take pity. But as she navigated the subway, clutching her bag like a lifeline, doubt clawed at her. Why didn't I fight harder? Why did I think coming out would change anything in a family steeped in conservative values? The subway car rattled, mirroring her inner chaos, and she whispered to herself, "This is survival now. No turning back." Her cousin's apartment in Brooklyn was a cramped walk-up, the air thick with the scent of takeout and regret. "You can crash on the couch for a week," he said gruffly, eyeing her with suspicion. "But after that, you're on your own." Madison nodded, swallowing pride, her mind already plotting. "I need a job, a place, anything to prove them wrong." That night, as she lay on the lumpy sofa, insomnia gripped her. Images of her parents' faces haunted her, disappointment etched so deeply it might as well have been carved in stone. Was their love ever real, or just conditional on my conformity? The next day, desperation drove her to pound the pavement, resume in hand. Cafes, bookstores, anywhere hiring. At a small coffee shop in Williamsburg, she met Eleanor for the first time. Eleanor, with her sharp wit and kind eyes, was behind the counter, juggling orders with effortless grace. "You look like you've been through hell," Eleanor said, sliding a free latte across the counter. Madison hesitated, then poured out a fraction of her story, the abandonment, the ticket, the void. Eleanor's expression softened. "I've been there. Family can be the cruelest judges. Stick around, we need help here." As days blurred into a routine of steaming milk and wiping counters, Madison found solace in Eleanor's presence. Their conversations deepened, revealing shared scars. Eleanor had fled her own fundamentalist upbringing in Texas, coming out in college only to face ostracism from friends and kin. "I built my life from scratch," Eleanor confided one evening shift, her voice laced with quiet strength. "It hurts, but it's freedom." Madison felt a spark, an unfamiliar pull. Is this attraction? Or just gratitude? She pushed it down, focusing on survival. But the questions lingered. Could I trust again? What if Eleanor betrays me too? Tensions at her cousin's escalated. Whispers of unnatural choices reached her ears, and one night he confronted her. "Your parents called. They want nothing to do with you. And honestly, I don't either." Thrown out again, Madison stood on the street, phone in hand, dialing the only number she had, Eleanor's. "Can I stay with you? Just for a bit." The pause on the line felt eternal. "Of course," Eleanor replied, We'll figure it out. Crashing at Eleanor's tiny studio in Queens, Madison's world shifted. Shared meals turned into late-night talks, vulnerabilities exposed like raw nerves. One evening, as rain pelted the window, Eleanor admitted, "I like you, Madison. More than a friend." Madison's heart raced. This is wrong. No, this is right. But the fear was paralyzing. What if this costs me everything again? Yet, in that moment, she leaned in, their lips meeting in a tentative kiss that ignited a fire she thought extinguished. But shadows loomed. Madison's parents began calling, not with apologies, but demands to repent and return home straight. Ignoring them fueled guilt. Am I destroying my family? Is my happiness worth their pain? Eleanor urged her to cut ties, but Madison wavered, torn between love and loyalty. The drama intensified when a mutual friend leaked their relationship online, sparking backlash from old acquaintances. Messages flooded. Disgusting. You'll burn for this. Madison's resolve cracked. How much more can I take? The online storm hit like a hurricane, Madison's phone buzzing incessantly with notifications that clawed at her sanity. Old high school friends, distant relatives, all piling on with judgments sharper than shards of glass. How could you do this to your parents? One message read, from a cousin she barely remembered. Madison stared at the screen, her chest tightening. They're right. I'm the villain here, aren't I? The one who shattered the perfect family facade. Eleanor, sensing her distress, pulled her close. Block them. They're poison. But Madison couldn't. Each barb was a reminder of the life she'd lost. Work became a refuge, but even there, cracks appeared. The coffee shop owner, a grizzled veteran named Hank, overheard whispers about their relationship and pulled Madison aside. I don't care what you do outside, but keep it quiet. Customers talk. Humiliation burned in her veins. Is this what freedom looks like? Hiding in plain sight. That night, back at the apartment, she confronted Eleanor. Maybe we should slow down. This is too much. Eleanor's eyes flashed with hurt. Slow down? Or give up? Because that's what they want, for us to disappear. The argument escalated, voices rising like thunder. You don't get it. Madison shouted. My family abandoned me, but they're still my blood. I can't just erase them. Eleanor paced, her face a storm of emotions. And what about us? Am I just a rebound from your pain? The words hung heavy, unspoken fears surfacing. Madison's mind whirled. She's right. Am I using her to fill the void? Or is this real? They slept back to back, the silence louder than any scream. Morning brought uneasy truce, but the damage lingered. Madison dove into job searches, landing interviews for better positions, a step toward independence. At one, for a marketing firm in Manhattan, she aced the questions but faltered when asked about family. There. Complicated, she muttered. The interviewer nodded sympathetically, but Madison wondered if her turmoil showed. Success means nothing if I'm alone in it. Back home, Eleanor had cooked dinner, a peace offering. I'm sorry, she said. I push because I care. Madison nodded, but doubt festered. Then came the call from her mother, voice trembling. Your father's had a heart scare. Come home, Maddie. We can fix this. Madison's world tilted. A heart scare? Guilt flooded her. Is this my fault? The stress I caused? She confided in Eleanor, who exploded. It's a trap. They want to control you. But Madison saw opportunity, for reconciliation, for closure. I have to go. Just to see. Eleanor's face hardened. If you go, don't expect me to wait. The flight back to Atlanta was a torment of what-ifs. What if they accept me now? What if Eleanor leaves? Landing, she rented a car, driving familiar roads that now felt foreign. At the hospital, her father looked frail, hooked to machines. You did this, he whispered hoarsely. Your choices broke us. Her mother's eyes pleaded. Stay. We'll get you help, therapy, church. Be normal again. Madison's resolve wavered. Normal. The word tasted like ash. But the pull of family was magnetic. She stayed a week, enduring sermons and awkward dinners, her phone silent from Eleanor. Inner conflict raged. Am I betraying myself by being here? Or betraying them by leaving? A family friend, Pastor Reeves cornered her. God forgives, but you must repent. His words echoed societal chains she'd fought to break. One night, alone in her old room, Madison wept. This isn't home anymore. It's a prison. Deciding to leave, she booked a return ticket, but not before a final confrontation. I love who I am, she told her parents. If you can't accept that, then goodbye. Her father's silence was deafening. Her mother hugged her tightly, whispering, I pray you'll change. Back in New York, Madison rushed to the apartment, heart in throat. Eleanor opened the door, eyes red. You came back. They embraced, but trust was frayed. Rebuilding was arduous. Madison threw herself into work, securing the marketing job, but whispers followed. Colleagues side-eyed her after a social media post surfaced. Is she? You know? One murmured. Paranoia set in. Everyone's judging. Eleanor's support waned under pressure. She started pulling away, citing space. Madison panicked. Am I losing her too? A night out with new friends turned sour when a drunk acquaintance outed her loudly, sparking stares. Humiliated, she fled, questioning every choice. The turning point came via an anonymous letter from her sister, whom she hadn't spoken to in months. I support you, but Mom and Dad are suffering. Think about them. Torn anew, Madison confided in a therapist, finally seeking help. You're not responsible for their pain, the therapist said. But doubt persisted. What if I am? Eleanor, sensing the drift, issued an ultimatum. Choose, us or your guilt. Madison's heart broke. How can I choose when both tear me apart? The ultimatum hung like a guillotine. Madison frozen in the apartment's dim light. I can't just switch off my feelings, she pleaded. Eleanor's expression was steel. Then maybe we're done. The door slammed as Eleanor stormed out, leaving Madison in a void deeper than abandonment. Alone again. The thought echoed, amplifying her isolation. She curled on the bed, mind racing. Did I push her away? Or was this inevitable? Two broken souls clashing? Days blurred into a haze of work and solitude. At the marketing firm, Madison excelled outwardly, pitching campaigns with flair, but inside turmoil brewed. A colleague, Sarah, noticed. You seem off. Want to talk? Over lunch, Madison opened up fractionally. The family rift, the relationship strain. Sarah listened, then shared her own story. I came out years ago. Lost friends but gained truth. Inspiration flickered. Maybe I can rebuild without Eleanor. But the ache persisted. Eleanor returned sporadically, their interactions tense. I met someone, she confessed one night, words slicing like blades. Madison's world shattered. Betrayed by the one who promised understanding. Who? She demanded, voice breaking. Just a friend from work. It's casual. But Madison saw the lie in her eyes. Jealousy and hurt warred within. How dare she? After everything? Yet self-doubt crept. Am I not enough? Investigating, Madison scrolled Eleanor's socials, discovering flirty messages with a co-worker named Lisa. Confrontation exploded. You're cheating. Eleanor denied at first, then admitted. You were gone. Emotionally, physically. I felt alone. Madison's rage boiled. So you betray me? Like my family did. The fight turned ugly, accusations flying. You're too wrapped in your drama. Eleanor yelled. Madison retorted. And you're selfish. They parted in fury, Eleanor packing a bag. Now truly alone, Madison spiraled. Therapy sessions intensified, unpacking layers of trauma. Your worth isn't defined by others, the therapist urged. But acceptance was elusive. What if I'm unlovable? A call from her sister offered a lifeline. Come to my place in Chicago. Neutral ground. Madison flew there, seeking solace. Her sister, Emily, welcomed her warmly. I don't agree with Mom and Dad, but I miss you. Talks revealed family fractures, her parents' marriage straining under the scandal. Back in New York, Madison faced Eleanor one last time. We need to end this, she said, voice steady despite the pain. Eleanor's tears flowed. I messed up. Forgive me. But Madison shook her head. I can't. Not yet. The goodbye was gut-wrenching, a chapter closing with unresolved grief. Freedom tasted bitter. Is this growth or just more loss? Work provided distraction, but societal pressures mounted. A client meeting turned awkward when a conservative executive probed her personal life. Family values matter here. Madison deflected, but insecurity gnawed. Am I sabotaging my career? Networking events amplified isolation. Straight couples dominated, leaving her sidelined. One night at a bar, she met Noah, another lesbian navigating similar storms. Friendship bloomed, platonic support easing the void. Yet betrayal's shadow lingered. Eleanor started dating Lisa openly, posting pictures that stung like salt in wounds. Madison blocked her, but mutual friends gossiped. She's happier now. Envy twisted her gut. Why her and not me? Self-reflection dawned. I clung too tightly, fearing abandonment. Therapy breakthroughs came. You deserve better. Empowerment stirred. Family drama reignited when her father emailed. We're cutting you from the will. Your lifestyle is an abomination. Rage surged. How dare they? But beneath hurt, they're erasing me. Emily mediated, urging dialogue. A video call ensued, tense and accusatory. You've shamed us, her mother cried. Madison countered. You've abandoned me. No resolution, just deeper rifts. In Chicago for Emily's birthday, Madison witnessed her parents' arrival. Ambush. We want to talk, her father said. The dinner devolved into chaos. Shouts about sin, tears over lost dreams. Madison stood firm. Accept me or lose me forever. Her parents left unmoved, but Emily sided with her. You're brave. Solidarity mended some wounds. Returning to New York, Madison focused on healing. New hobbies, therapy, cautious dating. But Eleanor's ghost haunted. A chance encounter at a cafe sparked confrontation. I regret everything, Eleanor said. Madison listened, heart conflicted. Forgive? Or protect myself? The decision loomed, a moral crossroads. Forgiveness dangled like a fragile thread. Madison weighing its cost in the cafe's hum. I can't trust you, she finally said, voice laced with sorrow. Eleanor's face crumpled. Please give me another chance. But Madison walked away, choosing self-preservation over reconciliation. The ache was profound, but liberating. No more begging for love. Inner strength solidified. I've paid enough. Career ascent brought new challenges. Promoted to lead a campaign, Madison thrived, but office politics revealed biases. A co-worker outed her subtly in a meeting, sparking whispers. Does it affect her work? One asked. Indignation flared. This is discrimination. She reported it, igniting a HR investigation. Support from allies emerged, but backlash too. Anonymous notes. Freak? Resilience tested. Do I fight or flee? Society's weight pressed harder. Pride events offered community, but even there divisions, debates on assimilation versus radicalism. Madison grappled. Am I too moderate? Or too defiant? A panel discussion she attended sparked introspection. Speakers shared stories of rejection, echoing hers. Inspiration. My pain has purpose. Family ties strained further. Emily confided. Mom's depressed, blaming herself. Guilt resurfaced. Am I selfish for living my truth? A surprise visit from her mother in New York shattered routines. I came to understand, she said tearfully. Talks spanned days, tears, revelations. Her mother admitted fears rooted in upbringing. I was taught it's wrong. Madison shared her journey. It's who I am. Progress glimmered, but her father remained distant. Eleanor's persistence continued via texts. I miss you. Madison ignored, focusing on new connections. Dating Noah platonically evolved into romance, tentative and healing. No rush, Noah said. Trust rebuilt slowly. Happiness peeked through clouds. Is this what normal feels like? But drama peaked when her father suffered another health scare. Emily called. He wants to see you. Madison flew home conflicted. At the bedside he whispered. I'm sorry. For everything. Tears flowed. Forgiveness? Tentative. I love you, Dad. But I won't change. He nodded weakly. Healing began fragile. Back in New York, societal backlash hit via a viral post from a conservative relative. Pray for my niece, lost to sin. Comments poured. Hate support. Madison responded publicly. I'm not lost, I'm found. Virality brought interviews, advocacy. Empowerment surged, but exhaustion too. The price? Privacy shattered. Noah supported, but tensions arose. You're always fighting battles. Madison reflected. Am I addicted to drama? Balance became key. Therapy emphasized. Choose your wars. A reunion with Eleanor, orchestrated by friends, forced closure. I'm happy for you. Eleanor said, I sincere. Madison nodded. Me too. Parting as friends, wounds scarred over. Family reconciliation progressed. Holidays included awkward but genuine efforts. Her mother attended a pride event, a milestone. I'm trying. Madison's heart swelled. Worth the pain? Career soared, but moral dilemmas emerged. A client with anti-LGBT policies, accept or reject. She rejected, risking promotion. Integrity over ambition. Colleagues applauded, bosses frowned. The gamble paid off with better opportunities. Personal growth culminated in writing a blog about her journey, inspiring others. Messages flooded. You saved me. Purpose found. Yet doubts lingered. Was the abandonment a blessing in disguise? Or unnecessary cruelty? The blog's success amplified Madison's voice, but with it came trolls, death threats, doxing attempts. Security tightened. Paranoia set in. Is fame worth the fear? Noah urged caution. You're changing lives, but protect yours. Balance teetered, inner conflict raging. I've come so far. Can't stop now. Family bonds strengthened tentatively. A Thanksgiving dinner marked progress. Her parents listened to her stories without judgment. We're proud, her mother said softly. Her father's nod spoke volumes. Redemption? Partial. But old wounds throbbed when relatives snubbed her. Acceptance isn't universal. Romance with Noah deepened, but past trauma surfaced. Trust issues flared during arguments. You're pulling away, Noah accused. Madison admitted. I'm scared of loss. Therapy duets helped unpacking fears. Vulnerability bonded them. We'll face it together. Societal shifts inspired hope. Laws evolving, visibility increasing. But setbacks, a friend's assault, hate crimes rising. Madison advocated louder, joining protests. Adrenaline fueled. This is my fight. A crisis hit when Eleanor's new relationship imploded publicly, her reaching out. I need a friend. Madison helped, boundaries firm. Compassion won over resentment. Growth evident. I can forgive without forgetting. Career pivot. Starting a nonprofit for LGBTQ youth abandoned by families. Funding challenges loomed, but passion drove. This is my legacy, she told Noah. Support poured from unexpected sources. Her sister donated first. Personal reckoning came via a letter from her father. I was wrong. Forgive an old fool. Tears fell. Yes, but with conditions. Family therapy ensued, unearthing generational traumas. Her mother's confession. I feared society's rejection more than yours. Understanding bridged gaps. Highs and lows intertwined. A betrayal at work. A colleague stealing credit. Echoed past hurts. Confrontation. Why? Greed, they admitted. Madison resigned, starting anew. Resilience, each fall teaches. Noah proposed subtly. Future together? Madison's yes was heartfelt. Wedding plans sparked family debates, attend or not. Her parents chose yes, a turning point. But shadows persisted. A documentary interview forced reliving pain. Was it worth it? The producer asked. Madison pondered. The abandonments, betrayals, fights, all for authenticity. As life stabilized, Madison reflected nightly. The one-way ticket led here, stronger, wiser. But at what cost? In the end, was abandoning a child for their identity ever justifiable? Or is it always an unforgivable act of cowardice?